Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 544, and as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I'm kind of pre-recording it, and I piggyback on the fact that I'm in the office and it's nice and quiet, and also I have that lovely background here. So let me dive straight into the last thing that I wanted to write about and mention and talk about that happened on day 4 of our stay in Gran Canaria. And it wasn't anything super special, so I hope I can fit that within a shorter episode and talk about it briefly. So after our unexpected surprise and, well, I don't think unexpected surprise should be said together, but unexpected scenario or situation, and that surprise with doubling on the deal with the custom t-shirt that Julian requested. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can listen to previous episode and everything is in there. Also, I've written a blog post about it and the link is in the description. You can go to www.bluntforcehealing.com and blog post, every single blog post always has also the particular day's episode embedded into it, so you don't need to stay on YouTube or be on YouTube. You can consume everything in one place from the blog perspective. And usually the podcast episode, like the video, is slightly different than what I write about, so they complement each other. So after we picked up the t-shirts, we ate in the mall and we returned to our accommodation. My wife decided that she wants to rest a bit and kind of relax for the rest of the evening and focus on writing her exercise programs for her clients. So she needed a little bit of space and quiet, and that was perfect opportunity for us because it was last day that we were staying in Puerto de Mogan, that Julian and myself decided to go and see if we can use the local soccer pitch, which is kind of a panna pitch, meaning that there are specific size goals, and it's more like a street ball type of place where you can play either the soccer in an enclosed space, or there are actually two. It's divided into two courts where people can play basketball as well. So it's a multi-use type of thing, and it's a town, I would say, or public space, so anyone can use it. But we were afraid that there might be someone already using it. Fortunately, when we went there, it was empty. Nobody was using it, and it was already dark, but there were lights. It was nicely lit up. Beside there was like a squash court where people were playing, but the football or soccer pitch was free. So we started playing. And behind the pitch, there was like I think a walk or a park where people were passing by. So some of people were kind of our audience and they were watching us while we played. We had a nice couple of challenges, and Julian was super happy because we could train the tricks and certain scenarios like passing and crosses, etc. And at one stage, well, actually, we kicked the ball too high about 3 times. So it went over to that park or the walk where 2 times I needed to actually go around and pick the ball. And one time, actually, there was a person that passed the ball to us, so it wasn't that bad. But at some stage, when we were in the middle of the challenge and Julian was goalkeeping, and I was focused on scoring, and I kicked the ball a little bit too high, so a little bit over the goal and the bar, but the the ball actually hit the fence or the fencing, which is the metal net, which makes a lot of noise. And unfortunately, at the same time, on the other side of the fence, there was an old couple passing by, and they were exactly in the spot where the ball hit, and they were very close. So while it didn't cause any damage, obviously, and didn't hurt anyone, it scared the shit out of them. So I felt really sorry because it was a bit hilarious or fun in one way if it was, I would say, younger person or something like that. But here I was a little bit afraid that I might cause a heart attack to that poor older person, the guy that was near the fence, and the ball struck exactly when he was passing at the same spot, and it made a really annoying and loud noise. So I'm pretty sure he was scared, but he didn't show. I apologized from a distance, but I don't think they were English speaking people. They just kind of kept going, and they were fine, fortunately. But I think it was a kind of highlight of that stay. And on the way, I think on the way to the pitch, I also purchased one thing that I spotted on one of our visits in Spar, which is like a local market. It was apple cider, which is a beer, obviously, but most of the ciders, both in Ireland and in Poland or wherever I was, they're pretty weak alcoholic beverages, so they are about 4 to 5% alcohol volume. But this was like a craft cider, and it was 7.4, 7.5%. So it was a very strong, supposed to be very strong cider that I wanted to try and see if it's tasty or is it just about alcohol or whatever. So I had it in the backpack when we were playing. The backpack was hidden behind the goal, so nothing could happen to it. And then around 10 p.m., the lights went out. So it seems like somebody was closing that public space and the pitch. So we had to go, unfortunately. Julian wasn't super happy, but at the same time, we spent about hour and a half or maybe 2 hours there. So it wasn't that bad. We played enough. And so we went back home, and Julian took a shower first. Then he went to bed. I took a shower, and I enjoyed that beer. And to be honest, I don't know if it was a lie or something, but this tasted like a very light cider, and I felt no influence of alcohol whatsoever, or not even a taste of alcohol there, which is strange because I'm not a person that drinks a lot of alcohol. I pretty much don't drink alcohol most of the time. Only very, very occasionally, and I steer away from that most of the time. But I didn't feel anything after that, so I don't know if it's really 7.4% or maybe I had a good day and my metabolism was in the right place and it quickly cleared up that alcohol. I don't know, but it wasn't nowhere near the strength or the taste that I was expecting. It was very light cider. So that's the strong apple, which is strong apple cider, and the panna, which is the panna pitch or the soccer pitch that we were trying to play some trick or panna scenarios. So that's pretty much it. That's 4th day wrapped up. 5th day will be already about Maspalomas, because this is where we went on Friday, which was the 5th day on Gran Canaria, and we spent remaining 4 days in Maspalomas, which I will talk about in the next episodes. So for now, thank you very much for being here and listening. I hope you have a great rest of the day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow.